Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Jack appeared in 3 tests of full marks 20, 50 and 30 marks respectively. He obtained 75% of marks in the first and 60% marks in the second test. What should be his percentage of marks in the third test if the overall score is 60%? So in all the 3 tests, the overall score of Jack is 60%. We have to find the percentage of marks he scored in the third test. Okay, now first let's calculate the marks scored by Jack in the first test. Okay, so for the first test, the full marks is 20. In this full marks 20 is scored 75%. Now to get the marks scored by Jack in the first test, we have to calculate 75% of this full marks, that is 0.75 times the full marks 20, that is equal to 15. So the marks scored by Jack in the first test is 15. So out of 20, the full marks is scored 15. Now let's calculate the marks scored by Jack in the second test. So that is the full marks in the second test is 50. He scored 60% of this full marks 50. 60% is 0.6 times 50. That is equal to 30. So the marks scored by Jack in the second test is 30. And for the third test, I do not know the score. Let me assume X is the mark scored by Jack in the third test. That is out of the full marks 30. In the third test, he scored X. Now let's add the total marks scored by Jack in all the 3 tests. Then we get X positive 45. So this is the total marks scored by Jack in all the 3 tests. Now let's find the total of the full marks in all the 3 tests. That is 20, 50 and 30. When I add them, I am getting 100. So this 100 is the total of the full marks in all the 3 tests. Okay, now to get the overall percentage in all the 3 tests, we have to write the marks scored by Jack in all the 3 tests. That is X positive 45 divided by the total marks in all the 3 tests. I mean the total of the full marks in all the 3 tests 100, and it has to be multiplied by 100. Then it will give the overall percentage of Jack in all the 3 tests. But this overall percentage is already given in the question. That is 60%. We can write a 60%. So now we can skip a percentage on both sides of this equation. Let me erase the percentage. Okay, now we have to solve for X in this equation. This 100 will cancel out. Then we get X positive 45 equals to 60. Now let me subtract 45 from both sides. So when I do so, this positive 45 negative 45 will cancel. I'm getting X equals to 60 negative 45 is 15. So in the third test, it is given 30 is the full marks. Out of 30 marks, Jack scored 15 marks. Clearly, this 15 is 50% of the full marks 30. So the percentage of marks in the third test should be 50%, so that the overall score is 60%.